Hello everyone, this is Linkimus Prime, and apparently there's a new G.I. Joe movie in development, so let's talk about that. So according to a new report by The Hollywood Reporter, apparently two G.I. Joe movies, or at least two scripts for a G.I. Joe movie are being developed by Paramount, and they have Max Landis and Danny McBride penning these scripts. Now, Danny McBride, I don't think there's any issues with, but it's Max Landis that we need to worry about. Max Landis had multiple SA allegations put against him, and that pretty much kind of put a major halt to his career about 7 years ago, because these were presented in 2019. Now, the charges were dropped, but let's be real here when I say that the U.S. justice system doesn't exactly know what it's doing a lot of the time. So that's not to say that stuff didn't happen. So let's just kind of, clarify that. But here's why this is bad, okay? Paramount is not in a good position. I don't understand why they think that, well, I do understand, but I'm not going to fully get into it. But it's crazy to me that they think that they can support all of these various IPs and support all these various IPs when they can't even support their own. They can't. They don't know how to do Transformers. They don't know how to do G.I. Joe. They don't know how to do Ninja Turtles. They don't know how to do Star Trek. Those are like some of their top IPs. Transformers, Star Trek, Mission Impossible are like some of their top utmost popular money-making IPs. They don't know how to handle a single one of them. And now they're out here talking about buying Warner Bros., for example, and it's just like, you can't even handle all these. And now all of a sudden, you're talking about doing a G.I. Joe movie. One of the people that's writing the script for this is a very controversial individual, but I guess that fits their current, whole male-centric kind of thing. Oh, the men are the victims. They're the victims of the woke women. Shut up. But Paramount is not in a good position to do this. And the G.I. Joe franchise is not in a good position for this to happen, okay? Transformers is already not doing well theatrically, which is why we need a heavy we need to bring things back a little bit, kind of focus maybe more on the TV media, and they are doing that with adapting the Energon universe into television, right? Same people that did Invincible, by the way, which is a phenomenal series. But no, the G.I. Joe franchise hasn't had a cartoon since Renegades in, I think, 2011, and they haven't had a movie, a successful movie, period, by the way, but they haven't had a movie since the Snake Eyes film in 2021, which only earned about $40 million at the box office because it was during a worldwide pandemic. So yeah, that didn't do well. Now, did it? I don't think so. But they think that doing this, and keep in mind, right after, a few years after they teased a crossover with Transformers, the only way a G.I. Joe movie would have done remotely well is if it piggybacked off of the success of a Transformers movie. Because let's be real here, I love G.I. Joe. I think it's an awesome franchise. Unfortunately, it doesn't work by itself in most cases. And also, unfortunately, a lot of people don't exactly view it favorably. I mean, it is a primarily Americanized centric kind of IP that needs to be revamped, but no one has the balls to revamp it. No one has the balls to revamp it. You can't just like no one is out here being like, hey, let's try to make a G.I. Joe more inclusive for audiences around the world instead of just appealing to American audiences, right? No one's doing that. Like, why can't we just have more like diversity in G.I. Joe? But unfortunately, under Paramount, I don't think that's going to happen, if you know what I'm talking about. But no, this is a terrible idea. Do I want a new G.I. Joe movie? Yes. Under current circumstances? Hell no. Hell no, I do not want a new G.I. Joe movie right now. No. Propaganda mount? Hell no. So yeah, if there's no new Transformers movie in development as far as I know. They were trying to do that whole thing with Michael Bay and Shia LaBeouf. I don't want any of those people back, if I'm being completely honest with you. And now they're trying to do G.I. Joe, and it's just like, yeah, try doing that right now. See how that goes. G.I. Joe, a franchise that barely anybody talks about. Does it deserve more recognition? I would say so. I think it needs more recognition, but I also think it needs to deserve its spot for that recognition right now. Because no one's just going to be like, hey, Mike, you want to go see the new G.I. Joe movie? The what? The new G.I. Joe movie that's out. Man, I didn't know that was happening. Oh, well, Paramount didn't market it very well because they don't know how to market their movies. So there's that. But yeah, I think this is a terrible idea. I think under current circumstances with Paramount and where they're going, they can't handle their own IPs. I don't know what makes them think they can handle a G.I. Joe movie. But yeah, the two guys that are heading these, apparently they want to merge the scripts together into one movie. No. Max Landis? No. No. We do not want Max Landis in this. No, we don't. So yeah, I don't know. No idea where the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover is. I don't think it's scrapped, but I think it's definitely on the back burner. I think it would be where the reboot films are, we have Bumblebee and we have Rise of the Beast, and that's it. There was Snake Eyes, but that was supposed to be a reboot of the G.I. Joe franchise, but now they have to reboot G.I. Joe again. So it's like, I mean, it would make sense to put a G.I. Joe movie before the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover, like a G.I. Joe movie set in this universe. But G.I. Joe cannot stand by itself right now. It just can't. So that's why I felt it was always a better idea to at least have it piggyback off of Transformers, at least if you're trying to revive it. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think Paramount should be doing anything with Transformers or G.I. Joe for the next few years. I think Energon Universe needs to do its thing. I think it needs to, bring in more audiences that can warm up to the idea of these Hasbro IPs crossing over. Because Energon Universe is great, but unfortunately, I mean, a lot of people read comics, but not a lot of people read comics. And so, when you don't have that much exposure, but it's proven to be popular, right? People enjoy the Energon universe. So if you animate that, number one, that's the first time you're animating Transformers and G.I. Joe into a cartoon. That is historical, by the way. That has never happened, right? It's happened in tidbits, right? Like Old Snake in that one episode of Transformers G1, or, that one character whose parents are actually G.I. Joe characters. So it's like, yeah, but that's not definitive. That's not like an actual necessarily crossover, right? That's like references. So doing an Energon universe, I mean, we'd be getting Transformers, G.I. Joe, Void Rivals, Mask. They're bringing back a lot of old Hasbro IPs that have not been discussed in years. So Mask is pretty cool that they're trying to implement more of their past IPs, but it needs to breathe. That's the main thing. It needs to breathe. And if they invest all of this money into doing a G.I. Joe movie or a Transformers G.I. Joe movie and it flops, that could very well be, I wouldn't say the death of these franchises in terms of their cinematic runs, but it would definitely put a major damper on things. I think it would not be good at all. And so I don't understand what Paramount is thinking by doing this. They probably want to do it so that just to kind of appeal to the whole US propaganda BS, so who knows? We'll see. I quite frankly think this is a terrible idea. I'm curious to see where this goes, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's really going to go anywhere. I don't think it will. And if it does, then by God, is that a surprise? But anyways, that's my take on it. probably a very controversial take. I don't really care. It's some pretty interesting times we're living in, and yeah. So there's that. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I may do more videos like this. I just recently got back home from a trip, so I like kind of doing videos in this style, kind of showing my face, interacting more so with the audience, and having a cool background in the back. So yay. But anyways, but yeah, that's really about it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.